Bonjour, I just received a new microphone which is the Stellar X3 from TZ Audio, so I would like to make a review of it today. They sent it to me so I can do something with it, but I'm not really supposed to make a review of it. They actually said, no, you don't have to make a review. But if I try a new equipment on my channel, I'd rather test it with you so you can see what it's worth. So while I describe it to you, I will record my voice with it so you can hear how it sounds. To have some kind of reference, I will also record with my T-Bone mic, which is a SC400. It's a pretty cheap mic in comparison. It's literally 10 times cheaper than the Stellar X3, but I used it for years because it has a great value for its price. And I'll also record with my lav mic that I usually use in my videos. So now is a good time as any to see how these mics pick up sibilances, which are the S's and sh sounds in speech. 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 S's and sh sounds. S's and sh sounds. S's and sh sounds. So the Stellar X3 is a cardioid large diaphragm condenser mic. Cardioid is the directivity. It means that it records the sound better from a particular side of the mic. And this is actually dependent on the frequencies being recorded. You can see here that for the low frequencies up to 250 Hz and between 2K and 8K Hz, the mic takes sounds from all directions. It's omnidirectional. Then for the medium-low between 500 and 1K, it's a cardioid. It takes sound from the front of the mic and nothing from the back. So here I'm trying to record from behind the mic so you can hear how it sounds. And finally in the highs, around 16 kHz, it's a hypercardioid, which is this kind of shape. I also said it's a condenser mic, and condenser mic means that you will need a phantom power supply of 48 volt to get this working. This phantom power can generally be supplied by any sound card, and right now it is supplied by this recorder I'm using. So condenser mics are generally less robust but more sensitive than dynamic mics. So condenser mics are often better in a studio, and dynamic mics are often better on a stage. And large diaphragm means that it is more sensitive than microphones with small diaphragm. So this microphone is supposed to have a high sensitivity and do well recording stuff at low volume. So let's see how it sounds if we record quiet things like whispering and playing an instrument softly. How does it sound like this? Is it too noisy? How is it? The Stellar X3 also have a high-pass filter that you can turn on or off, and that will cut the low frequencies when you're recording. It can help reduce the proximity effect when you record up close to the microphone. So here is a comparison without and with the high-pass filter. Without the high-pass filter, I don't know if you can hear it, and then with the high-pass filter on again. It also has a -10 dB switch that you can activate to get more headroom if you want to record a loud source. So let's see how it sounds if we want to record some loud things. Another parameter that is important to check while testing a microphone is the noise floor, which is the noise that a piece of equipment naturally creates. This is important because the quieter the sound you record, the louder the noise in comparison. And the more tracks you record and put on top of each other, the more noise is added up. The way I like to test it is to put an OTT on the sample I recorded. An OTT is a multiband compressor that is made to take quiet parts of the sound and make them super loud. And there will always be some noise to be brought up by an OTT in any recording, but I think this is a good way to have an idea if the noise can be very audible or not. Another way we can test this, and with which I would like to end this video, would be by writing a piece of music where every track is recorded by this mic. I thought recording a lot of voices would be a good way to go, so I went with the sea shanty style. That's a style I wanted to try for a long time. And because we are today just between Halloween and the Day of the Dead, I went for a Halloween-themed sea shanty. So here are some dry channels I recorded for comparison. And we can still hear from below the voices singing with the flow. If you hear them when the moon's red, come and dance with the dead. And here they are polished and mixed together. In the meantime, I thank you very much for watching up until now. If you want to help out the channel, all the usual, like, share and subscribe, and there's a link to my Patreon in the description. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.
There was a city which sunken down, the houses, the port, and all the town. No time to panic, no time to flee, even the bar went under sea. And we can still hear from below the voices singing with the flow. flow. If you hear them when the moon's red, come and dance with the dead. When the whaler came back home with barrels of oil and a chest of gold, the praises were many and diverse, but in fact the gold was cursed. And we can still hear from below the voices singing with the flow. If you hear them when the moon's red, come and dance with the dead. There was a city which sunken down, the houses, the port, and all the town. No time to panic, no time to flee, even the bar went under sea. And we can still hear from below the voices singing with the flow. If you hear them when the moon's red, come and dance with the